Chloe is 18 years old, both of her legs are disabled. Her skin is prone to allergies. Her heart is also not very good, so she also had asthma. Every day she had to take different medicines. What a pity for such a young girl. But Chloe has a very nice mother. She takes good care of her and cooks the food very well. Also helps Chloe practice recovery. She also teaches at home for Chloe. They look very happy. Chloe's immediate aspirations were, received a university admission announcement. But every time the parcel arrives, her mother takes it out first. And every time, there was no admission notice. Chloe was extremely disappointed. While rehabilitating practice, Chloe's mother discovered her daughter's legs were moving. Waiting for Chloe to go to sleep, Chloe's mother sat on the sofa, reviewing Chloe's childhood recordings, but there was something wrong with that video. The next day, just came back from the market. Chloe's mother got a call from the hospital. Because of the poor signal, she had to go outside to listen. Chloe is very happy. By the time mom went out, she stole some chocolates. Chloe found out about it when she was going to put it back again. A bottle of green capsule pills. On it write the name of Chloe's mother. Maybe her mother is sick? Chloe's mother suddenly turned around. Chloe hurried back to the desk to study. That night, Chloe's mother gave her a new medicine. Chloe saw the blue capsule in the afternoon. "This is your medicine?" she asked. "When I looked for chocolate this afternoon, I saw it." The mother quickly changed the subject. "Peace of mind, baby, I want to be good for you. That's just the buyer's name." After listening, Chloe did not wonder anymore. The next day, Chloe looked at the green pill. She always found it was not good. By the time mom was away, she sneaked the potion down. She found out. The name on the potion had changed to her name. Could it be that she mistook her? But when she tore the outer shell, the inside was her mother's name. That night, Chloe finished the medicine in front of her mother. Waiting for her mother to leave the room, she spat again. Wait until evening, when her mother slept soundly for a while. Chloe again sneaked into the living room. She wants to find out what that medicine is. But she noticed there was no network signal. Chloe still doesn't understand. Her mother is standing in the dark corner. The next day, Chloe became even more suspicious. Her mother called the service. Chloe asked, was the house cut off? Then her mother asked why she knew. Chloe didn't hide her mother. She said last night she was going to look up documents. Her mother also did not ask any more. But the air right now is quite stuffy. That afternoon, Chloe saw her mother watering the plants in the garden. She surreptitiously called the pharmacy again. As soon as she picked up the phone, the doctor said her mother's name. Chloe was startled and hastily hung up the phone. She still sees her mother watering the plants. So Chloe called a drugstore again. But she has to pay quite high call rates. Chloe was afraid her mother found out. So the opponent picked up the phone. She hurriedly hung up. What should I do? She regained her composure. Then she called a random number. Fortunately, the other party is a good person. He investigated Chloe, which is medicine for heart disease. Was Chloe wrong? But the other side said, the drug is red. Chloe felt unwell, her whole body trembled. In order to find out what that medicine is, after all, Chloe spoke to her mother purring, we haven't seen the movie in a while. Or should we go to the cinema? Chloe's mother agrees. While watching the movie, Chloe used the excuse of going to the toilet. Then rushed to the opposite pharmacy. She finally knows what kind of medicine this is. This is a muscle relaxant, specifically intended for animals. If one drinks it, the lower half of the body loses consciousness. It turned out that so Chloe was so frightened that her asthma also relapsed. At this moment, Chloe's mother casually ran over. She shouted, my daughter is sick, bothering everyone to get out of the way. Then she secretly injected Chloe with drugs. When she woke up, Chloe was about to go out. Then found that the room door was locked. She screamed, asking her mother to explain everything. But no one answered. After that, Chloe tried to pry the lock, but it didn't work either. The door has been blocked by something outside. Chloe was scared to tears. How do I get out of here? She opened the window, intending to go through the roof to the living room. But how to get through it? She started planning. She looked for the wire and the torch. Pull out a towel. She took a large gulp of water. Then she crawled out the window. She tried to crawl forward. This road is not long. But for Chloe, this is a real challenge. Finally, she crawled to the place. She used the torch to heat up the glass doors. Then spray water on the glass to let it break. Finally, she crawled to the living room. But suddenly her asthma came back, and she forgot to bring medicine. So she tried to crawl back to her room. She removed the barrier, opened the door of the room. She finally got the medicine. Chloe was about to go downstairs when there was a problem. She just had to push the wheelchair down. At this moment, Chloe's toes suddenly moved a little. She doesn't know whether to be happy or sad. She tried to crawl into the wheelchair again. Run away from the house. She stopped a car on the way. thought she was saved, but suddenly her mother appeared. The driver stopped her mother, resolutely not letting her get close to Chloe. After a long argument, the two decided to take Chloe to the hospital. The driver just put Chloe in the car. When she woke up, Chloe discovered she was back home. She doesn't believe what's in front of her eyes. She discovered a pot of black liquid, and she also found the college admissions papers in the trash. It turns out her mother did all of this. Chloe screamed angrily and threw her belongings. But her mother didn't care. Chloe regained her composure. She discovered a black box. She wanted to go there and open it but found herself chained. So she reached out to open the box. When Chloe was a child, she couldn't just walk, but also very normal running and jumping. She also discovered a newspaper. 18 years ago, the couple's child was stolen. Could Chloe not be her mother's biological child? She looked painfully at the newspaper. Suddenly her mother came in. Chloe asked her mother what happened after all. Her mother shouted, "I do it all for you. I saved you out there. I just want to protect you." But Chloe says, "You do it all for yourself." The statement made her mother extremely angry. She pulled out a machine, then poured some kind of solution into the pot. She kept stirring it, and Chloe tried to dissuade her mother. She didn't want her mother to do anything more wrong, but her mother ignored everything.
Mom, no! Mom, please, no! Mom, please! I don't want to die!
Hey, do not say that! I would never!
Please!
Chloe's mother stood outside reassuring, "My dear daughter, don't be afraid. I want to protect you." At this point, Chloe became even more desperate, covering her only fear, when her mother burst in.
You need me.
Chloe's mother took her to the emergency. Luckily, Chloe was saved. She opened her eyes and saw her mother standing outside the door looking at her. Chloe was extremely scared. Seeing her mother left, Chloe tried to wink at the nurse. Hope the nurse knows what she wants to say. Chloe was writing when an alarm suddenly rang. There is an emergency patient. So the nurse had to leave. Chloe's mother quickly entered the hospital room. She pushed Chloe out of the hospital. At this time, the nurse returned to the hospital room and saw the paper Chloe left. She guessed Chloe's mother had a problem. At this time, Chloe's mother was down to the first floor, but the elevator failed. She was about to push Chloe down, but it turned out that Chloe's legs were able to move. Chloe also tried to speak. Security suddenly appeared. They opened fire to shoot Chloe's mother. Finally, Chloe was saved. Turned out that 7 years have passed. Chloe went to prison to visit her mother. She told her mother she was married. Currently, she is extremely happy. She then spat out 3 blue pills from her mouth. That movie is over. So why did Chloe's mother treat her like that in the end? It turns out that 18 years ago, Chloe's mother's natural child was born dead. So she started being tormented. She decided to steal Chloe from the hospital. She doesn't want Chloe to leave her, wants to take control of Chloe's life. Of course, our life is very beautiful. In fact, mothers love their children very much. J-Team forgot to say, Run is a film adaptation of a true story. When J-Team heard about this, it really hurt J-Team. This disease is called Munchausen syndrome. You can go to Google, look up. Today's movie comes here only. Remember to like and share to support J-Team.